Now, please welcome back to the States and the Laurie Beechman stage, the one, the only, Christina Bianco!
Because I not only played the narrator, not narrator, in the UK, the narrator, I also played Jacob and Potiphar's wife, and a jailer, and a random French lady that sang Canaan Days with French lyrics that Tim Rice wrote that nobody understood but him. It was all part of the absolute, one of the coolest and best experiences of my life, and I basically could not be happier to be singing some of these songs again this very silly way on a Laurie Beechman Theatre stage. Way back, we'll take you through a few parts of my career. And the difference between this show and every other show is I am going to tell it to you straight. I've been away a while. You all ask me, Christina, we kind of know why you moved abroad. What have you been up to? What's it like? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you the real stuff. It's going to be a little bit shaggy, and I'm prepared over here. It's a little bit silly, but I'm going to show you how I'm a little bit prepared. I have my water. Of course, you need water. I've got tea, because I'm going to spill the tea, and I'm British now, so I know what to do. I have some champers for a toast or two. Some moments will be more celebratory. I have wine for elegant moments, or like, ooh, that story, with sip of wine moments. And the Bianco Ernst family favorite, tequila. Now, I don't tend to drink any of this and get crazy for you on stage. Not only is that not my style, but I'm setting a good example as my godson is in the audience this evening. I would never do that. So if I do anything really wrong, I'm just going to, I don't know, keep a jar out for some money in it. I'll just leave that. Okay, that's what we're going to do together. Okay, so moving forward, first thing I hear, sorry, feather from the fingers over here. The first thing I hear is, welcome to this evening's performance of Lies with a Z and More. Excuse me, the British accent. Evening performance of Lies with a Z and More, starring Christina Bianco and London Lady. Do you have any ideas how many marquees have said when Christine Bianco is performing? So, once more, for the people in the back. It's Christina with an A, not Christina. Christine with an E, cause Christine with an E goes E, not nah. It's A instead of E, instead of E. Simplest can be Christina. I'll do it again. It's Christina with an A, not Christine with an E, cause Christine with an E goes E, not nah. It's A instead of E, instead of E. Simplest can be Christina. Now, if my name were Ada, I'd be Ada. Even backwards, I'd be Ada. Or if my name were Ruth, then I'd be Ruth. Because of Ruth, what can you do? A Sally, a Margaret, a Ginger, a Faye. But when you are Christina, you always have to say, it's Christina with an E, it's Christina with an E, it's Christina with an E, because it's gonna be on to the B. Simplest can be Christina. Oh, and that is only half of it. Here's a thing that makes me sing nine donga. How often I remember someone saying, there she goes, Christine Bianca. Or Benaki, or Benaka, or Bianchi, or Bianchi. So is it a wonder I very often cry? It's Bianca with a no, not Bianca with an A, cause Bianca with an A goes Canada, it's always with an A. Ooh, with a simplest can be Bianco, but it's still a Bianca. It's Italian, blame it on Papa. What can I do? Every Sandra, who's a Sandra. Every Mary, who's really Marie. Every Joan, who is a Joanne, has got to agree with me when I've announced I don't mind being pummeled or trampled or trounced, but it does drive you mad to be mispronounced. It's Christine with an A, not Christine with an E, cause Christine with an E goes E, not nah. It's A instead of E, instead of E. Symbols can be Christina, and it's Bianca with an O, not Bianca with an A, cause Bianca with an A goes Canada, it's always with an A. Ooh, with an A. Symbols can be Bianco, Christina Bianco. I'm a Feedy, this is Feedy. Sing it, Teeny. No. Tina! Hard for them to sing. Let's be honest, it happens in theater. They do those type requirements. But The Wizard of Oz became a really special thing in my life. I recently went back and realized I heard about this production a long time ago because I had been a massive fan of a British performer and now TV star and award-winning TV star, Hannah Waddingham.
Yeah.
So in the UK, there was a big production of The Wizard of Oz that was done. Angelo Weber's Wizard of Oz. Thinking, what is that? Half the music was his, and half was the MGM music we know and love. So I did a big production of this at the Palladium. I did a TV show to cast the Dorothy. Hannah Waddingham was a big Richard West. I'd seen clips of this and I loved it. So a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, my agent was like, we've got an audition for you. They're revamping Angelo Weber's Wizard of Oz. I was like, this is great opportunity. Let me audition. What role? And they're like, it doesn't specify. And I was like, is this my chance to be a 40-year-old Dorothy? I mean, I look very, very young from a distance, of like a big stage baby. And I said, no, maybe they want something that's artsy, right? So like I'm short, I'm kind of like tough, maybe I could like be a cool kind of Toto, like let's find something. And I landed, I said, you know what, if they're really thinking outside of the box, then you can't get more opposite from Hannah Waddingham than me. And I've always wanted to play the baddie. So I put on the black dress, and I had to do this self-tape. I did a really evil song, and they loved it. The feedback was, we love Christina. We can't wait to get her in the room for Glinda. I don't know what they're smoking, but I am ready to get in this room with these people. I was cast as Glinda. Woo! And this media production was having its start in an artsy theater, very artsy and cool, called Curve in Ulster, which is just outside of London, before it went on to the Palladium. But we were not guaranteed the transfer to the Palladium. It's not job secure, you never know. So I tell you this because we did the job at Curve, it was great, and I am one of 6 cast members that went on to the Palladium with the show. I'm holding the line because, as you can imagine, 6 out of a cast of about 26 is quite a bloodbath. It was awkward. But I had a wonderful time, and all of a sudden I found myself on stage at the Palladium as Glinda in The Wizard of Oz with my name above the title, thank you very much, with 6 others, but still above the title. I'm a good agent. And you know what? Hannah Waddingham came to see the show. And she follows me on social media. I'm pretty cool, that's all I'm saying. I've spoken for a long time already, but I really wanted to bring this up with The Wizard of Oz. I loved it so much. And even in the show, they decided that Glinda would ride across the stage of the Palladium on her pink Vespa, yes, singing song on the same stage where Judy Garland did it.
Woo!
You think it couldn't get any better, Christina? Just ended it all right here. Well, The Wizard of Oz is the reason that I ended up doing the narrator and Joseph. And this is the good stuff. So I told you I'm going to give you the dirt. I will shut up after this, but get your drink ready. Angela Ray Weber wrote a song for Glinda at the end of the show called Already Home. It's called Already Home, and not No Place Like Home because of trademarks, and it would be really, really expensive to use No Place Like Home in a song. Okay? It's a pretty ballad. It's lyrical, it's soprano, it has no bridge. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Guess what? It's okay. Angela Weber didn't like it either. He wrote it reluctantly. He never thought that a ballad other than Somewhere Over the Rainbow should be in the show. So now the show is at the Palladium. He said, I'm going to change the song. Uh-oh. Okay, I have to learn something new. What is it? And he said that what he really wanted Glinda to sing to Dorothy before she clicks her heels, goes back to Kansas, is a disco song. I didn't tell you this, Alan, it's true. I heard the demo. I can tell you this is true. He was inspired by something he heard Gloria Gaynor do with the BBC proms. This is all true, which is why I'm having another sip of this. So, he said, this is what I want, but we're gonna, do it as written for now, do what's in the show for now. So I didn't want to do a disco song, did I? No, I liked my nice tender moment with Dorothy. But I thought I have to make this my own. I have the sitz probe where you sing through the whole show with the orchestra at the Palladium. Big deal. I knew that was my one chance to save my song. So I asked the music director, I said, can I lower it half a step? I'm more of a belter than a soprano. Anyway, let me make it more conversational and less lyrical. And it gives me a chance to kind of get into the lyrics that he didn't write. So it's a little bit more about the story and less about this lullaby-like melody. Well, everybody was biting their nails. Whoever liked it. Whoever liked my interpretation of the song so much, they kept it, and then him and Really Useful, I hear these things, they don't come tell you directly. They wanted me to play with a little more of what Glinda did. Play around, build this bit, do that bit funny, speak that line. Then they gave me some high soprano stuff to do. What I didn't know is that all of these ears from all these VIPs on my voice were also leading them to offer me, without no audition, the role of the narrator in the next Joseph. So I think we need a toast for that. Because although this Palladium production of Joseph never played the Palladium stage, I know that I got one of the coolest jobs of a lifetime with an offer that offers come so rarely. Everyone, I don't care who you are, offers are rare. And I am not Sutton Foster or somebody, so to get that was a big deal in my life. And so I'm so grateful to be here on the stage at the Laurie Beechman Theatre where Laurie originally did the role on Broadway. So this is just the greatest moment, so thank you very much. Now, Christina, shut up.